going on YouTube? So the last video, man, they trim them nose hairs, huh? The last video, man, I touched on a lot. I was sleep drunk, going on a rant like I normally do, get pretty long-winded. So the last video, man, I was talking about how a lot of things, being, I was talking, hitting on some pros and cons, some cons on trucking, some pros on it, some good stuff about it. But today, man, I'm looking at this like this here. All right, so how to capitalize on, your profitability, how much money you can make, and understanding the game from my experience and the limited time that I have in having my own authority. I'm gonna tell you straight up, business is business. Now, if you put somebody on to something and you say, hey, you could go make a lot of money over here, and here's the guy's number, here's where it's at, go and give him a call, go on over there and get that money. You tell somebody that information, you cannot be mad if that person then goes to that person directly, follow where I'm going, and say, hey, let's do business. I want to keep this thing going on. And so I guess there is this gray area, which I don't think is too gray at all, to where, you don't want to muddy the waters with your broker. Me personally, I would go and look for my own direct shippers. I have been approached and I have approached, but I would never do it on the clock or while I'm running a load for that particular broker. But let's say I ran a load for C.H. Robinson, which as of right now, I have not ran a load for C.H. Robinson. Nonetheless, if I ran a load for C.H. Robinson, they sent me to ABC Farms, and ABC Farms paying good. If I got paid good through C.H. Robinson, 9 times out of 10, that would let me know that ABC Farms is paying good. Okay? Now, I will run that load, but I'll keep ABC Farms under my hat. After I'm done running that load and business is done, okay, I would then, hey, let me give ABC Farms a call and see, are they taking on any owner-operators or any carriers. You'd be surprised. A lot of them are. And here's the thing, man. So question, are you wrong for doubling back? I mean, some may say yes, some say no. And I'm sure the ones saying no are probably the brokers. I mean, they're saying yes, you are wrong. It's probably the brokers. All right. So we're looking at capitalizing, trying to make the most, trying to get the most bang for your buck. And when I look at the situation, that's what potentially will help you, is getting direct shippers. And there's a lot of ways to go about it, and some may just fall in your lap. Like I said, I went to Florida, and the guy pretty much just started talking to me, and one thing led to another. We pretty much swapped numbers, okay? And I didn't approach him. So what happens is, again, in my last video, that I alluded to this point, that basically you have a shipper who is trying to move his product, and you have the broker in the middle. Then you have you, the carrier. What happens is, because the shipper has to go to or has elected to go through the broker because of his large pool of carriers, okay, to move mass products, truckloads. He has opted to then basically have to cut not only the driver in, but cut the broker in. All right. And I'm sure the rabbit hole goes a lot deeper, because then you also have what the customer on the other end is paying the actual shipper. All right. So when the shipper has to pay the broker to then pay you, the broker has to get a cut. So if the shipper says, I'm paying $4,000 and that's that on this load, okay, well then the broker then has to either A, put up more of his money in order to cover it, because he ain't gonna get that done for $4,000, or he is going to try to get it off for $4,000 at break even, which he ain't in it for nothing. And I understand that. He's gonna, number one option is sell that load or pass that load off and get that load moved for less than $4,000. So that way he cushions his pocket and making the company some money. All right. So you have the shipper, the broker, and then you. Okay. The broker is the middleman between the two parties. All right. Rightfully so. Okay. But I have experienced, okay, a shipper who has came to me and said, we are trying to get away from brokers. Why, may you ask? Think about that. Why would he want to get away from that? Well, let's just do the math. This is the reason why. Because if you ever negotiated with a broker, you know, it can be a hassle sometimes, right? And sometimes, depending on your number and depending on the number of other guys that they're trying to move this load, sometimes they may not be willing to put up no extra cash on the load to take a so-called loss. So they have to give the load back or try to reschedule. Now, the shipper doesn't want to hear that. Especially if he's saying, hey, this product is moving at $4,000, no more, no less, and no more. We can do less, but no more. And it has to be there tomorrow. Has to be there tomorrow. Okay? I don't care what you got to do. It has to get there tomorrow, or you can just forget this contract. Now, what happens is if that broker got to go back to that shipper's hand, can't do it, then that's a load failed that the shipper had to get out to New Jersey or wherever the hell is going. He doesn't want that. And see, the shipper then understands the reason for his load not being moved is because the broker trying to get cut of money. It's not because he couldn't get it off. He could have got it off. Because I done said I'll do it for $4,000 or 41, okay, or $4,000. You done called him and said you do it for 42 or $4,000. And he just not either A, trying to come off no money and take a loss on this one and get it on the next one, or he just not trying to break even. Now, depending on how bad he wants to keep that connect, he is going to then go ahead and pay some extra money. Supposedly, and I can find out, but you know what, and I probably will call the actual the customer and find out, because I have a direct shipper and we've been talking. And I'm going to ask him, what did he pay on this particular load? Because the broker, they had it up on the board for 43. All right? For 43. 1,200 mile, it's actually 1,180 mile run for 43. I told him I need $6,000 because I know what these loads pay coming out of there. I need $6,000. Now I'm reaching. But no, I really wasn't. Nah, I'm reaching, because most of them coming out of there was about $4,000. So really it should have been like 48, not $6,000. But guess what he did? Because he want this connect. He said, all right, we got 457. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I did. Okay. And again, capitalizing your worth, right? Capitalizing on your potential and opportunities, right? You gotta be an opportunity. You ain't got that in you, man. Hey, go dig a ditch, man. Get into something else. All right, or stay company driving. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. But I told the dude 57. Now there's another trucker that I heard he did this on YouTube a while back. So I told the dude I do it for 57. He said, all right, hold on, let me get back to you. I didn't have to tell him that was then, this is now. So when he called me back about 20 minutes later, okay, we can do it 57. I said, hey, the 57 has changed, sir. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just went to the customer, told the customer, hey man, I know you said 43, but I got a driver. He said you can do it for 57. The customer said he's willing to go up to $5,000, and I have to cover the rest. Or something like that, right? $5,000, I have to cover the rest. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cover $700 to get this load to you, man. I come on, man, don't do this to me. I'm like, brother, first of all, I don't know you from Adam. I said, secondly, that was then, this is now. Oh man, that was only 20, 30 minutes ago. I said, a lot can happen in 20, 30 minutes ago. I got 20, 30 calls in the last 20, 30 minutes. All right? He don't know if I'm lying or flying. All right? He don't know if I'm telling the truth or I'm just, hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. And hey, he gonna say, all right, man, you know what? That's how you gonna do me, man. Okay, cool, man. I'm gonna go on and get it to you, man. If you're gonna make me pay $6,000, I'm gonna go on and do it. And he did it. Got it for $6,000. Which, 1,200 miles, 1,100, you pay me $5 a mile. All right? $5 a mile on that load. All right? Now, a whole another story in itself. All miles included. If I was to all miles included getting out there, I'd be at like 390, something like that. I didn't do too bad, man. I didn't do too bad. And if I did head all the way home from Michigan, which I'm not gonna do, I would be at like 240 a mile or something like that. Might be actually a little higher than that. Might be like at two. It might have been 240. All right, nonetheless. So basically, man, what you have here is you have to understand the business. And I haven't even been in this too long, but I've been in life long enough, I feel, to understand, what's going on, to understand business, man, and to give a gab, So there it was. You have then shippers who want to cut out the brokers because they know a lot of their freight is not getting moved because the broker is not getting his cut. So when the broker come back to him, I just couldn't find anybody. You's a lie. You a lie. You just couldn't, you couldn't find nobody. You couldn't find nobody to where you can make some money off of this. That's what it is. So they tired of that, knowing very well that if they came to one of us as business owners, as carriers, okay, we would have ran that load for $4,000 and been happy. We would have ran it for $4,000, or would have ran it for 30. While he paying him for it, we probably would have ran it for 39. But here's the thing. Because the broker gonna put it up on. If he got 4 on it, broker guarantee gonna probably put it up there for $3,000 or 32. Because he knows the broker's not. Hey man, this game it been around for a minute, right? These brokers know you gonna try to drew him up, man. You ain't drawing him down. You gonna try to get some more money out of it, right? All right. So here's where the broker can be your friend, okay? Because you do have situations where, like this, like a story I just gave you, true indeed. Now I don't know if this shipper actually only paid 54 or whatever, or 53 on this load, and that broker had to take a hit on this load for 700. I don't know for sure, but what I do know, I'm sure that has happened before. I'm sure that there is a brokerage that says, hey, I cannot lose this account, and I will pay, let you pretty much write your own check within reason, and I will have to pay it because I refuse to lose this load. Like Walmart loads, there are loads and contracts that they do not want to lose, man. They want to keep that coming in, especially if it's good money and it's consistent all year round. You think they want to lose that over $700? No. So they will pay it. So that's where the broker could be your friend, because I don't know if I could have came to that shipper directly and said, give me $6,000. He might have told me kiss his whole ass. All right. But the broker, although I know he wanted to tell me kiss his ass, he's trying to keep business with this guy. And, hey, it is what it is. Where the shipper is trying to keep business with his consignee, with the people he's delivering to, I don't know how urgent that may be for him. He may opt to say, you know what, it's not that serious, I'll go on. Because he may be pump faking to the broker. The broker don't know that it's not really that serious. You know what I'm saying? But the broker gonna go about business and handle it as if it is very serious. So that's just a little tidbit of information that I have gathered, and what I have been told by a direct shipper is that they are trying to get out of dealing with brokers because they understand brokers are trying to make money, and they rather go straight to the carrier and let us bid on the loads and see who gets what. Okay, because brokers are trying to trim, they're trying to get money off the top, and if they can't get enough money off the top, that load is in jeopardy of not making it just because he's trying to get some money. So that's that. Going on to something else, man. I love large cars. Okay, I love a K-Whopper, and I love a Sweet Pea. All right, Peterbilt's and Kenworth trucks, and I'm talking about the old classics. Okay, the long hood, the W900s, the W900Ls. Icon, oh my God, and the Peterbilt, the old 379, or what they have right now is what the 579 or 389, the 389. I think it's not a 389P long hood. I love those trucks, man, but the fuel mileage, hey man, I'm in this for the money. I'm not in this for the honey. I'm not in this to be looking good going down the road, okay? I try to keep what I got maintained and clean, and outside of that, when I'm ready to stunt, I got a BMW at the house I can jump in. I got a Challenger I can jump in. I got a motorcycle I can jump in, okay? And if I wanted to, I can buy another car. I actually like the S560 Mercedes. So I mean, one thing about now, if they got good fuel mileage and the turning radius was good, and the view when you bagging up, you ever see them guys bagging up? What they all do? Open up their door. Why? Because they trying to look over that big ass smokestack. Now you may get used to that and stuff like that, but you imagine when it's raining, cats and dogs, man, you got to sit there and nah, man, all your door panel and stuff, and the turning radius. So you looking good going down the road, but they paying to look good. And I've been in some tight spots that made me think, man, if I had that long hood, my front end would be, my steers would be off in that ditch over there from coming back, trying to get back in front of the trailer, man. Or I would have towed something up. So you kind of got to be selective about where you go with those trucks, man, because you damn sure don't want to be in New York City with no long hood. I don't go no. I mean, most drivers don't go to New York City anyway. But, but they are. I believe they hold their value. I don't believe. I know They hold their value, and I heard that it's a better ride. I have not rode in one yet. I just like the way they look, man. And I may, pursue my dreams. I may get one, but I'm into making money right now. And when I get to the point of maybe having another truck, I may go get that Peterbilt or that that old. I'll go old because I'm trying to beat that doggone ELD stuff, man. So I'll get me a glider kit from Fitzgerald if they still making them, and I put me a Detroit 60 in there, and I get to why. But when I look at the trucks, man, the workman's truck is the Freightliner, hands down. The dealer network is extensive. The parts are generally cheaper than all the other ones. PACCAR, that deals with Kenworth and Peterbilt, and now the network of all three is about, I would say, is equal. But when it comes down to how much you're going to spend, and to me, those are the big three. Okay. Those are the three trucks. I mean, pretty much you either got PACCAR or you got a Peterbilt. I mean, you got International, you got some other trucks, man. But Freightliner, Kenworth, and Peterbilt is the three top dogs out here. Okay. The network, as far as service is concerned, I would say is equal. I have driven in a Peterbilt, but it wasn't that. I think it was a 587. I'm saying those numbers right, but I drove one, and I liked it. Man. I liked it. It was a 2012. Had the hog piss. I had to put that def. So you hear some of these terms, man. You're gonna learn a lot of this stuff to some of the guys that's new or looking to get into trucking, man. Some of the things, the terms and stuff they use out here, you learn it. But yeah, man, the networking is about equal, but and I feel that the reliability. When it comes to an engine, okay. And I'm gonna get to that. I think it could be equal when you're looking at the big yellow and the big green. You're looking at the yellow being the cat. You're looking at the green. You're looking at the Detroit 60. I choose the Detroit 60 because, again, cost effectiveness. It's cheaper. Anybody can pretty much work on it, and the parts. If you want an overhaul kit, it's about maybe $5,000 or more or less than getting the gold kit or platinum kit for the Detroit for the Cat. If I did go with Cat, it would be the 6NZ Cat. My reason for that, I've just seen more of those out here, and I've heard more good things about it than the 304 6E, the electronic or the B model mechanical engine. So I would say the 6NZ Cat would be the one that I would get them to do for me. But I would choose a Detroit 60. Go with about 550. If they could juice it to 515 would be good horsepower. Probably 13 speed. 355 rears, maybe 358. Pull those hills and mountains a little bit better, and let it ride, man. And I'll probably put it in. Give me a K Whopper. I had to get that Kenworth. I like the way the Peterbilt looks better on the outside. To me, it's just more of a clean and simple look. The Kingsworth. It has the lights at the windows at the top, and it just seems real busy, man. The lights, it just seems real busy. But where I feel the Kenworth stands out is on the inside, man. When it's with the W900L, the back, man, that studio sleeper, that's a must-have, man. With that couch and all that room, I'm a big guy, man. I'm 6'3". 250 pounds or so, man, and that's so I ain't even working out right now. So when I work out, I can get 265, 270. I gotta have some room, man. Now, I have heard that the sofa bed in the back with that thing in the middle, that little crease in the middle, that it's uncomfortable, but I can't go off what I heard. I have to lay down and see for myself. But I am stacking up to get my dream truck, and then I'm going to put somebody in this one. So yeah, that is the truck I would choose if I had it, to buy another truck. But as far as the money is concerned, on that track, you know, Freightliner is the way to go, man. Freightliner, if you just starting off, you want to put back as much money as you possibly can for mechanical breakdowns and stuff like that, man. And dare I say, I don't care if you're just starting off, you've been in the game for a minute, man. You always want to put to the side and save as much money as possible. But I guess once you're up a little bit, or you up a lot, you know what I mean, and you maybe got $100 grand saved up or something through trucking, you can afford to go ahead and get you one of those sweet rides, one of those large cars, man, enter a truck show and stuff like that. I don't think I would do the truck show unless so many people came to me complimenting my truck that okay, maybe. But yeah, man, stay tuned. You may see me in that K-Whopper, man. You may see me in one. I may put the order in, man. They did some nice looking riding. I heard they ride really good, man. I'm anxious to go test drive one, and I might just go on and do it. The only thing I do not like about it is in the front of both of them, man. It's like it's like small, man. It's tight, you know. And I don't know about that, man. But hell, you getting that back, man, I'll probably forget about it all, man. But you spend more time up here, right? So I might get used to it. I don't know. But the turning radius, man, that's gonna be something I have to get used to. The fuel mileage, man, that's, you know, right now I'm getting 8 miles a gallon, and that I'm sure, bro, I'm probably gonna be down to, if I'm lucky, I can get 7, and that's probably, you know, riding like I got an egg underneath the, you know, that right pedal. But you know, if I can get 6.5, that's probably about where I'll probably be. 6.5 on that for the Detroit. If I can get 7, I'll be happy, man. I'll be happy. Cause I want to have this truck I have now, man, is a direct drive, 264 rears. It's only a 430, 470, depending on if you on cruise control or not, horsepower. You know, it's an old Schneider truck, man. It's a Detroit 60 glider kit. I love this engine, man. Knock on wood, you know, God willing, it continues to perform for me. I have put a lot of money in it, but it's been good to me, and I've been trying to take care of it. So the third guy I saw just had on. That's the same one, but they got the logo. So, yeah, man, it's been good to me, and I think I want to go ahead. But they called it a leak Detroit. All of them leak, but Detroits are notorious for leaking. Just check your oil levels. You should be fine. So yeah, man. That's what I would choose. But the turning radius, I know I'm gonna miss that, because like I said, I done had to, you know, hit donuts, man. I mean, bust Hueys and not hit donuts. Bust Hueys, pretty much make donuts in the asphalt, and you know, and been in some hairy situations that if I had that long nose, man, it would have been a whole lot of going forward and going back in order to figure it out. So that's it, man. So, but out of the three, I know one thing: Freightliner, what they call freight shakers. You know, you're probably not gonna have that trouble with Peterbilt or a Kenworth, but you're gonna spend more on fuel, and when that baby break down, you're gonna spend more on parts, even just with like door panels and stuff like that. Hey, tidbit of information: I had to replace this window. Somebody broke in my truck. My dumb ass left. I had went out of town with the family and had them in the truck, and I left our luggage bag. Not no Louis V. It's just some cheap luggage bag that we got from Walmart, and I left it sitting in the like sitting up on the front floor. Some fiend went in there, man, saw it and broke in here, man. I had a few dollars in here, and you know, but. Man, don't leave nothing. When you get out the truck, man, make sure you got everything out of sight. I not even $1 laying around, man. You know, if you do tuck that somewhere, man, because you know somebody will break in your truck, man. It can happen. Yeah, somebody broke in my truck. This happened about a few months ago, man. It cost me about $400 and a whole lot of frustration. Imagine, you know, come back to your truck, you ready to go to work, and your damn window busted out. I'm like, what the hell? I looked into the truck. I'm like, oh, there's paper and stuff getting thrown about here. I don't remember leaving it like this. I looked up, man. I looked at the glass. I looked up at the window. I'm like, hell no. The hell going on here? So, it's all to the G, man. You know, you take your bumps and your bruises. But, hey, man, 30-minute video, man. They always going to be long, man. Shoot. So I guess that's it for today, man. Touched on a little bit more the whole broker relationship, carrier broker relationship, direct shipper, all of that. We touched on different trucks, at least the 3 that I taken a liking to, and you know, some of the pros and cons of each. Hope that this been helpful, man, and hey, I'll check you guys in the next one, man.